not have a physical relationship with him. I talked to him, have spoken to him a few times, whatever. But in terms of me having like an intimate relationship with men, I can name them all on one hand and he ain't on the hand. Why?
You're watching live from the Plaza Stories, where we go deeper than the headlines and give you the full picture. Today's story is about what happens when one of the greatest rappers of all time becomes fixated on a woman who won't confirm he ever mattered to her. Over 20 years, Eminem made diss tracks, played alleged voicemails at concerts, threatened to release photos, and dragged her new husband into it. Busta Rhymes publicly begged him to stop. Ja Rule called it wrong. Nick Cannon went to war. And Mariah Carey? She mostly said nothing. And somehow, that nothing was the loudest response of all. This is the full story of Eminem versus Mariah Carey. 2001. Eminem has just performed Stan at the Grammys alongside Elton John. It's one of the most talked about performances of the year. Mariah Carey is in the audience. She reaches out to discuss a possible collaboration on Charm Bracelet, her upcoming album. They meet. They speak on the phone. According to Eminem, they dated for about 6 months. He calls it a real connection, something that mattered. According to Mariah, they met 4 times. Spoke on the phone. It was professional. She never considered him a boyfriend. She told Larry King, I hung out with him. I was probably with him a total of 4 times. I don't consider that dating somebody. These two versions of the same story become the foundation of a 20-year war. Because Charm Bracelet drops and Eminem isn't on it. No feature. No credit. He is not in the album's world at all. And something in him snaps. 2002, The Eminem Show. He name drops her twice. On Superman, What You Mariah, Fly Through twice. On When the Music Stops, he says he'd beg Mariah to take him back before he'd quit music. Small shots. Subliminal. But deliberate. He also tells Rolling Stone, I just don't like her as a person. She doesn't really have it all together. Mariah responds in interviews. Tells Maxim there was no sexual relationship. Tells Larry King exactly what she told us earlier. Then on Charm Bracelet, she puts the track Clown. You should have never intimated we were lovers / when you know very well we never even touched each other. She never says his name. She doesn't have to. Her 2003 tour includes a whole skit parodying the Eminem Show. A dancer in a blonde wig and Detroit Pistons jersey performing during Clown. It is cold, calculated, and absolutely devastating. 2005, Anger Management Tour. Eminem starts playing alleged voicemail recordings from Mariah at concerts. You can hear a woman's voice saying, Why won't you see me? Why won't you call me? I heard you were getting back with your ex-wife. He plays it, then performs Puke every night. Mariah's team says an imposter recorded those messages. Nobody ever confirms they are genuine. Meanwhile, in 2005, Mariah releases The Emancipation of Mimi, the greatest comeback album of that decade. We Belong Together is at #1 for 14 weeks. 8 Grammy nominations. Eminem is in a creative slump. The contrast between where they are in their careers at that moment is stark. And in 2006, he drops Jimmy Crack Corn, getting increasingly graphic and personal about their alleged relationship. At this point, the beef no longer feels like hip-hop back and forth. It feels like something else entirely. April 2008, Mariah Carey secretly marries Nick Cannon. He is 12 years younger. The world is stunned. Eminem drops Relapse in May 2009. On Bagpipes from Baghdad, he raps about Mariah like they're still in a relationship. Mariah, whatever happened to us? Why did we have to break up? Then he turns on Nick. Nick Cannon better back the F***K up / I'm not playing. I want her back, you punk. He adds lines calling her a whore and wishing Nick luck with her. Nick Cannon does not take this quietly. He goes on his website within 24 hours. He calls Eminem Slim Lamey, says he never got Mariah to second base, calls him racist, and says, and this part matters, that he actually went looking for Eminem, called managers, tried to arrange a confrontation. His words, I know I'm not going to be able to out-rap you, but I will whoop your ass. He says cooler heads prevailed and it never happened. June 2009, Mariah releases Obsessed. It is the first single from Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. The song is about a delusional man who believes they had a relationship that never existed. In the video, she dresses exactly like Eminem from his relapse era. Hoodie, goatee, his whole aesthetic. She plays the obsessed stalker. It is petty, it is genius, it is iconic. Nick says publicly she's Mariah Carey. She's not beefing. She's a vegetarian. Then Busta Rhymes speaks up. Busta is one of Mariah's closest friends in the industry. They've collaborated multiple times. They go way back. He goes to wrap up and says publicly, "Leave Mariah Carey alone. That's my friend, man. I don't even understand why this S***T is resurfacing again. But for whatever it's worth, I just hope they could be cool." He's not threatening Eminem. He's not starting a beef. He's appealing directly to Marshall, as someone who respects him, to stop. Ja Rule also weighs in. There really shouldn't be any diss records being made. I don't have to insult a woman. Neither of them can stop what comes next. July 2009, Eminem and Dr. Dre released The Warning. It is one of the most brutal diss tracks ever aimed at a woman in rap history. He opens, "Only reason I dissed you in the first place is because you denied seeing me. Now I'm pissed off." He threatens to release intimate voicemails and photos he claims to have. He describes their alleged sexual encounter in graphic detail. He goes after her marriage. He goes after her denial. He says, "Bitch, shut the F***K up before I put all them phone calls out." The song is technically impressive. Lyrically, it is everything Busta and Ja Rule said it shouldn't be. And Mariah Carey's response? Complete silence. Not a tweet. Not an interview. Not a single word. She lets the silence speak. And somehow that silence wins. 2010, Eminem tells Vibe, "I really don't want to talk about her anymore. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. I'm done with that whole situation." Nick fires one more shot with "I'm a Slick Rick," using Slick Rick's flow to diss Eminem, then proposes a charity boxing match on Facebook. Eminem never responds. The fight never happens. Mariah and Nick divorce in 2016. 9 years of relative quiet follow. Then in December 2019, Eminem features on Fat Joe's Lord Above and reopens the wound. "I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note / but that other dude's whipped." Nick responds with 2 diss tracks in 4 days. The Invitation opens with Suge Knight speaking from prison. Nick brings up Eminem's kids, his addiction history, makes allegations involving a chauffeur. 50 Cent sides with Eminem. The internet watches. And Mariah still says nothing, not one word. In 20 years, she never gave him the war he was looking for. Here's what this story really is. It's about what happens when someone can't accept being denied. Eminem met Mariah Carey. Something happened or didn't. And for 20 years, he could not let the world accept her version of it. He made brilliant music in the process. He made some ugly music in the process. Busta Rhymes tried to calm it down. Ja Rule tried to call it wrong. Nick Cannon went to war with someone who wouldn't fully fight back. And Mariah Carey spent 2 decades being the target of one of the most talented men in rap history, and just kept winning Grammys. Drop in the comments, did they date? Who do you believe? This has been live from the Plaza Stories. Subscribe for more.